Romans 4:19. And being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. That's Romans 4:19. Now this verse is speaking about Abraham, whose name previously was Abram, and God changed his name to Abraham, which means the father of many nations. And in this verse, Romans 4:19, it says, Abraham being not weak in faith. He was not weak in faith. He didn't have a weak faith. So that is letting us know we can be weak in faith, or we can become strong in faith. And of course, we want to become strong in faith. But it says he's being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body, now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb. So the condition of Abraham at this time was he was about 100 years old. His body was not a young man's body. His wife, Sarah, had a womb that was dead. But God had promised Abraham a son from him and Sarah. So here he is. He's old, or too old, you could say. His wife, she's pretty old herself, and not only that, she has a dead womb. And you know what? Abraham did not consider the situation, the circumstance, but he did consider what God said. So the Bible tells us he was not weak in faith. So weak faith, it didn't say it didn't say no faith, it said weak faith. Because there's such a thing as no faith, then there's weak faith. But we don't want to be found in we don't want to be found in no faith category, and we don't want to be found in weak faith category. But weak faith, we know what it means by looking at this verse. Weak faith is when we still consider what's going on in the natural. We still thinking and contemplating on what's going on in our situation, circumstance. But Abraham, he was locked in his thinking and in his heart. He considered, this is what God told me. Because God told me this, I'm not going to consider anything else. So I want to encourage you with this verse. Don't consider the circumstance, consider the promise of God. That's Romans 4:19. And being not weak in faith, he considered not his own body now dead, when he was about 100 years old, neither yet the deadness of Sarah's womb.